Alright, well, it is a Saturday evening, and I'm going to do a slightly different video than what I've been doing. It's been a long, well, not a terribly long day, but I did some painting today on a roof, and now we're going to go do some cemetery hopping, I guess you could say. We're going to go visit some of my ancestors, the Zellers. Stop at a couple different old churches and see what we can find. Back when I was in college, I did a lot of, I got into my family history, and I did a lot of searching, and when I got home, I came to all these cemeteries and found where they were buried, so that's kind of cool. So we're going to take a little journey here, back in time, and see what we can find. So we are currently in Bethel, Pennsylvania. This is the Salem Reformed Church. I think it was built in the early 1800s, because Bethel was incorporated as a town in like 1812, 1814, so this was built somewhere around there. So this is our first stop. This is not where my most recent ancestors are buried, but it's where we're going to start at. So let's go check this out. So there's a lot of graves here. This is the older ones are. We'll be there later, but we gotta go up here first. Yeah, and hopefully I can find what I'm looking for. Like it's been like 15 years ago I came and found all these. So hopefully I can find them again. They were all kind of, oh, there's some right there. Some Zellers I saw, but they might be old distant cousins, but I gotta find the direct ones. Here's some Zellers. Actually, this is one of them. There's some older. There's a newer one I gotta find yet. All right, well, here's the first one I'm looking for. Zeller. There's an S there. That shouldn't be there really. Here's Robert, 1890 to 1964. His wife Mary. But from what I've heard from relatives, Robert was not a very nice man. But oh well. Yeah, and all the others go kind of on a diagonal line down this way. So now that I found this one, I should be able to find the others. And in fact, the other one was right up here. Frank, his dad Frank is up here. I think it was right up here somewhere. Yeah, right here they are. So here's Frank, 1871 to 1962. And his wife Ellen, 1871. See, that has no S on the end there. Zeller. Yeah, and Robert was my, Robert was my, was it my great-grandfather? I think that's the way it goes. Yeah, great-grandfather. So this is my great-great-grandfather, Frank. And it just gets older from here. Now I gotta go find Aaron Zeller. Should be down here somewhere. We're getting to the old part of the cemetery too, the cooler part. And down here is Aaron. Took me a little while to find this one. I think a nice big one here for him. I actually got Zeller up there. Here's Aaron Zeller, born 1823 to 1901. There's his wife Rebecca Pfeiffer, 1825, 1902. And he was a carpenter, I think. I think I looked that up on the census records. He had a carpenter shop somewhere around here, somewhere. But yeah. That was kind of cool. It's kind of cool. It's hard to find information, you know, online about this. But when I found that census papers and it said that he was a carpenter, that was pretty cool. It's one thing to know their names, but to know like what they did for a living and stuff was interesting. Because I like to build things too, so that was kind of neat. All right, so we're gonna go next to the oldest one here, Jonathan. We gotta find Jonathan. He's down here with the cool old tombstones. So let's head on down that way. Yeah, see, now we're in the old part. But I haven't found Jonathan yet. Yeah, I like these older tombstones. Where is Jonathan? Yeah, the problem with these older ones is they're getting harder to read. But like here, they replaced this one with a newer one. See, these are old tombstones, 1790s. So I keep looking for Jonathan. Well, I finally found him, and this is why I couldn't find him, because his tombstone was leaning up against This one here had been knocked down. That kind of sucks. Yeah, but there he is, Jonathan Zeller, born in 1799, died in 1876. So yeah. Yeah, they haven't put this one back up where it should belong. I'm not sure where it fell off. I guess right next to here somewhere. Yeah, I was walking around. I knew it was here somewhere, but I couldn't find it. Here it is. Got knocked down. Oh well. We found it though. Now look what else I found here with Jonathan. Garter snake. Living under Jonathan's tombstone. What are you doing under there, buddy? You want to go back? Go back there. Oh, you want to go that way? There you go. Go back down in there. There he goes. Oh. Alright, well I'm going to head to the next church now. That's kind of a shame I didn't, because last time I was here that tombstone, well it was 15 years ago, that tombstone was still standing. That's what happens in these old graveyards. Even this one's maintained too. The things still get knocked down. Not sure, maybe the lawnmower ran into it or something. Alright, we're going to head to another church. And, you know, these graves are just going to get older and older. That's cool. I like the old gravestones. Alright, I think we're going to go a couple miles south to another church. Trinity Church or something. Alright, I'll see you there. Alright, so here we are at our next church. Like I said, this is the Tulpehocken Trinity Church, I think it's called. And it's in a little town called Millardsville. And there's a rather large cemetery over there. We're going over to this older one inside this rock wall. This is where the old cemetery is. And that's where some more of my ancestors are buried in here. This cool old cemetery over here. Yeah, see, look at some. They don't make tombstones like that anymore. Check that out with ornate designs on them and stuff. There's another one with a rose on the top. Alright, we're gonna make our way in here. Alright, well we are inside. These old cemeteries, like I said, I keep saying it, but they're just kind of cool. Like I said, they just don't make things like this anymore. And some of them are even kind of weird looking. I don't know if there's one in here, but I found one like years ago that had a skull and crossbones on it. I looked that up. I could never find out what that meant. You know, why would you bury someone with, you know, skull and crossbones on their tombstone? So, it wasn't my ancestor, but... And there's at least one of mine in here, looking for a France Paul Zeller. There's also another monument to the Zellers in here somewhere, so let's look around a little bit. Yeah, another thing about these old ones here, these are not written in English. These are written in what they call Pennsylvania Dutch. It's actually a form of Low German, so it's not English. Like you see the word geboren on here, it means born. So it makes them even harder to read because they're not in English. Yeah, and the ones with these flags are Revolutionary War veterans. Just shows you how old these cemeteries are, or this one is. And I'm pretty sure France Paul, the one I'm looking for, has a flag on it too, if I remember correctly. Some more flags over there. Yeah, here's the little memorial thing. It's falling out of the wall here. It's a shame, but here, Zeller, in memory of the Zeller family, who were among the founders of the Trinity Church and buried in this cemetery. Heinrich Zeller, born in Germany, 1679, coming to New York in 1710, then to Tulpehocken Township, where he died in 1756 with his wife Anna Maria and some of their children. Yeah, I don't think Heinrich is buried in this cemetery. No, France Paul is, because I searched this cemetery a long time ago. I think he's actually in the next church we're going to go to. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure about that. I think the children of Heinrich are the ones that found this church. Or maybe they did. I don't know. Who knows? It gets confusing. But I know at least Franz Paul's in here. We're going to look for him here. Yet. Yeah, just these big, old, tall tombstones. These are cool. Of course, you can't read them. Like I said, I had a viewer that mentioned the fact that, you know, the older tombstones tell you more about the people who died and who they were and whatnot. But unfortunately, you can't even really read these. All right, here we go. I found him. Of course, they have two. You have a more modern tombstone for him here. This is new, or this wasn't here when I was here 15 years ago. It was just this one. You could barely read it. Franz Zeller. I forget what that says, or Hans. Let me get my paper out. Yeah, Franz Paul, that's what it says. Yeah, duh. It's hard to read on there. But yeah, April 5th, 1751 to 1821. There's his Revolutionary War marker. So I am a descendant of Revolutionary War veteran. That's kind of cool too. Yeah, somebody in the Zeller family is keeping these tombstones nice. Maybe they'll fix Jonathan's in the other church. And over here's his wife, Elizabeth, 1762 to 1819. Elizabeth Aront Zeller. Cool. Well, I'm going to walk around just a little bit more here before I go to the other church. See what else I can find. Like I think these are the only ancestors of mine that are in this one. I could be wrong. It's getting darker too, which makes walking in a cemetery kind of cool, depending on your perspective. Oh, look, see all these little ones over here. These are children, I guess. Whole row of them. Wow. And then one big one. That's kind of sad. Alright, see, up here is one of these creepy ones I was talking about that has a skull on it. And weird writing. So here's, yeah, check this out. Check it, that's a skull up there. And the writing is really weird. It doesn't even look like anything. I see a 1745 down there. Does it say, it looks like it says arrived. That's oh, is that December 26th? Man, see, that's just different. That's a weird kind of... See, the other writing looks like this. Nice and neat, and then you have this. And that. That's weird. Almost like this dude was evil or something, you know? Like they wanted you to know that this was a bad person that was buried here. I don't know. If you know what that means, go ahead and tell me. Yeah. Alright, we're just gonna let this one go and move on. See what else we can find in here. Lots of Revolutionary War veterans here. Oh, this flag broke. I don't know. Let me fix that. Hold on. Alright, broke no longer. It'll stay up now. You do have some slightly newer ones here. These are Civil War veterans. Grand Army of the Republic. Veterans of the Civil War. Another one down there too. Yeah, check out this one. It has like some kind of angel, and you can hardly read any of that. It's all worn away. That one looks old though. Same with some of these. Well, the shadows are lengthening, the sun is going down, so I'm going to head to one more church, which is maybe about 2 miles down the road. I forget the name of it is offhand, but I know from the records. I think what helped me find some of these graves is you go online to these churches, they have a list of people that are buried here. So I'm pretty sure that's how I know that there's no more Zellers here that I'm directly descended from. They're at the other church. And from what I remember, those graves aren't even marked. They're so old that they're just like field stones. No dates or anything on them. So we're gonna go check those out before it gets too dark and creepy out here. But yeah, if you know why that one tombstone has a skull on it, weird writing, let me know. I'm kind of interested about that. All right, let's head out of here. Let's head to the next church. Actually, I'm still at this Trinity Church, and right here, actually in the graveyard, they have a list of all the people buried here. You have Topolhocken Trinity Reformed Church, founded in 1727. So all the people that are buried here are listed here. Yeah. All right, so here we are at the third church. This is the Christ Evangelical Lutheran Church. First erected in 1743. Of course, this building was erected in 1786. Once again, there's a larger modern cemetery over there, and then an older one inside the stone wall here. This is where we're going. Part of the wall is collapsing here. So here's some more. Lots of old stuff in here. Check this out. Here's one with a little angel on it. Oh, here's an old one. It's a newer tombstone, but 1715. That's the oldest one we've seen. Check this out. Here's another one of these skull ones with the creepy writing on it. Huh. Wow. Yeah, so the oldest stones in here are just these like field stones with barely legible writing on them. And I think several of these are Zellers. Like these are just stubs of rock in the ground. There's nothing on them at all. Well, this one's interesting. Honoring Regina, the Indian captive placed by Berks County Chapter. Here we go. Regina Leiner and legend Regina Hartman. As a small child, held Indian captive 1755 to 1763. Identified by her mother's singing the hymn. That's in German there. Cool. I remember seeing this one before, yeah. Neat piece of history here. So she's probably one of these smaller tombstones out here with no names on them. And this is just like a memorial to her. Yeah, here's more of these tombstones that are just rocks. And unfortunately for me, I'm pretty sure that these unmarked rocks are the ones that my ancestors are buried at. At least that's I remember that's what I determined back when I was in college. Because I don't think I found any Zellers on the actual names out here. So, but I remember from reading the church records that they were here. Several of them. I have a piece of paper that I wrote the names and dates down. We'll look at that then. But I'm going to walk around a little bit more. Some old dates in here. Check this out. 1688 to 1749. So he was probably came over from Europe and died here in 1749. Wow, that's old. Yeah, and there's probably, not along with the records, there's probably some kind of a map too which says who's buried where. I could probably always call the church or stop in sometime and find out which ones they are, I bet. I feel like getting interested in that kind of stuff again. Haven't touched that family history for quite a while, I think 15 years, but all of a sudden I'm kind of interested again. Especially walking around here. Alright, well here's another slightly weird one. I don't know what that is down there. That's supposed to be, that doesn't look like an angel. There's like an X crossbones down there, almost looks like. That thing has wings, so maybe it is an angel. But it has this weird handwriting again. There's a date. Is that 1743? But this guy's a Revolutionary War soldier, so I'm not sure what that means. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of open ground up here too, so my guess is that there's actually a lot of people buried up here in the front too, but you know, they might have had, who knows, maybe they used, you know, just wooden crosses for the tombstones or whatnot, and those things long ago disappeared. There's a lot of empty spots up here, so I'm pretty sure there's lots of people buried here anyway though. Alright, I think I'm gonna head out soon. It's getting dark. Kind of creepy. Kind of cool though too. Alright, well here's the paper I typed up back in my college days. And see, there's France Paul. He was in that last cemetery that we were at. And I'm pretty sure that John Zeller and John Heinrich Zeller are buried here. Yeah, and Jacques and his wife Clotilde, they're the ones that came over from Europe. Jacques, according to family history, Jacques never made it over. I think did he die on the way over or something, but his wife did. And then John Heinrich Zeller is the one. There's a fort nearby here called Fort Zeller. That's still standing. We'll go visit that one day. That's a neat place. And then his son, John, I'm pretty sure they're buried up here. And that Clotilde, let's look at that name again. Clotilde de Valois. And that is French. And according to legend, she was some sort of French nobility. But I've read that that's not true as well. But regardless, it's kind of cool. We're all probably related to nobility in some way, if we look at our family roots. Yeah, and this list of people here, well, I didn't do the work, but I went online. It traced it all the way back to like 1200 AD. Lord Otto de Cella was his name. And I think it went back even into the 900s. I saw some Zellers. What was it called? Zeller? It's called de Cella. Well, it went from Zeller, goes to von Zell, and then went to de Cella. That's what it originally was. That's actually Italian. I don't think they were Italian. I think they worked in a church. Cella in Italian means the inner sanctuary of the church or something like that. So I think they had something to do with the church. So I think they probably were Germanic, and their name was just Romanized to sound churchish. Then later on, de Cella was changed to von Zell, and later just became Zeller. So that's kind of cool. I didn't do most of that work. I found that stuff online. But still cool regardless. Alright, I guess I'm gonna head home. I'm just currently sitting in a cemetery here, chilling with a bunch of dead people. And it's getting dark, sort of. So I think I'm gonna head home. Kind of an interesting feeling out here. Alright, well, anyway, thanks for coming along with me and tracing some of my family history again. Like I said, we might do some more of this, because this is my dad's side. There's some cemeteries from my mom's side, some cool stuff. So maybe we'll do more of that as well. In one of these videos, I'm going to go to that Fort Zeller, and we'll check that place out too. I think you have to make an appointment to visit that place though. So anyway, cool place. If you haven't researched your family history, you should do so. You might find some cool stuff. And it takes you, and one evening you might end out in a cemetery like this, like me, just sitting out here with these all these old tombstones out here, and the one with the skull up there, the creepy one. All right, thanks for coming along.